Yo, what's up guys, it's Trey360 here coming back at you for another video, and today we've got some sleeper picks. But before we hop into the video, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, share this video with a friend to boost my serotonin levels. And without any further ado, let's hop right into the video. Now, the first mon that we've got here is Lucario. Now, Lucario is one of the 3 sleeper picks I have on this team because due to its base 90 speed, it's actually kind of mediocre up there on the speed tier list, mainly because of Garchomp and Hydreigon. If you look at the team type breakdown, right, you can see that Lucario only has 3 weaknesses in fire, fighting, and steel, or fire, fighting, and ground might be, and Garchomp having Earthquake, Hydreigon having Flamethrower, and Minchao having High Jump Kick, and all being faster than Lucario, put it solidly in what I would consider to be the borderline tier PokeMMO if they actually had an official borderline tier list. I'm not sure if they do, they might, haven't checked, but yeah, I could definitely see why. However, I think this Pokemon still has a place and a niche in OU because even though it has pretty bad defenses with 70 in both, its attack stat is actually pretty good and its special attack stat is even better. I mean, it's no slouch in terms of like causing damage, right? Now, in terms of its speed stat, there's a ton of Pokemon with base 90 speed, and it can speed tie, if not beat all of those if they're not speed invested. Things such as Gligar with Eviolite, Chansey, Blissey, Togekiss, Dragonite, they're all slower than Lucario, and therefore they all fall prey to Lucario. Now, there are 2 different trains of thoughts for having Lucario. There's the, of course, Sword Stand setup set that I have here, and there's, of course, the Nasty Plot setup set that a lot of other people use with special attackers. I've decided to go with a physical attacking set because I think that close combat, having a base 120 power stab move, is probably the best I'm going to get, and I kind of just want to roll with it. That and extreme speed having priority with +2 is actually extremely important. See what I did there? But yeah, we're running a Sword Stance Life Orb set, so basically, due to its steel typing, it has a lot of coverage defensively, and so if a Pokemon doesn't want to be in a Lucario, they'll switch out, and then I can use Sword Stance, and with Life Orb, I can kind of run through their team with Close Combat, Ice Punch. Anything that I wouldn't take out in one shot, like Togekiss, I will take out in one shot after a Sword Stance. And instead of having Steadfast, I think mine has Inner Focus. In my opinion, Inner Focus is a little bit better than Steadfast because, yeah, you get a speed boost, which does fix the base 90 speed problem, but Inner Focus kind of makes you immune to Intimidate, which is pretty nice. Sorry, I'm speaking all over myself. And it can't be made to flinch, which is also really nice if they try to fake you out. Yeah, next up we've got Gyarados, and I've talked about Gyarados before, but that was back in my old videos. I actually went back and watched them, and man, I sucked at making videos. I'm still pretty bad, but man, I really sucked back then. Also, shout outs to 90 subscribers. We're almost to 100, and I don't know how to handle it because I never really thought I'd get this far. But thank you guys so much for subscribing, and I am thinking about my 100 subscriber special, what to do to put it together. So yeah, I gotta think more about that. But anyway, back to Gyarados, right? Gyarados is kind of the same as Lucario. If they don't want to be in on Gyarados, then I get to Dragon Dance up, and then whatever comes in has to be able to take a +1 Waterfall, Ice Finger, Earthquake, and if they're weak to it, then they have to worry about an Expert Belt boost too, so that's kind of dangerous for them. Gyarados is kind of in the same boat. It only has 2 weaknesses this time though, with Electric and Rock, so everything else is hitting it for neutral or not very effective damage. Stack that up with Intimidate and a lot of fighting types, you can switch Gyarados in, and they can't do anything about it. They'll hit you with Close Combat, it'll do like maybe 20%. And I'm talking about like heavy hitters, so that's why Gyarados is here. It has a base attack stat of 125, which is spectacular, and then you also stack that on its base 100 speed stat, and you start to realize why Gyarados is such a threat and why it's so prevalent in OU. Not a sleeper pick, but definitely a pick that holds together any team. Now, Dugtrio. Dugtrio is definitely a sleeper pick. With Arena Trap, it can trap anything in. So basically, if a Pokemon was taken out, right, you can throw in Dugtrio, and all of a sudden, your Revenge Killer can't be escaped, you know? They can't switch out, they can't get away from it, essentially. I think U-Turn still gets away from it, but Volt Switch won't because ground, electric immunity. So either a revenge killer, or you throw it in as a check to a Pokemon that you know Dugtrio can handle. Now, I don't think this is the best Dugtrio set. I mainly have it here for rocks, but it will probably show up. It will definitely show up in a future video, with Arena Trap being the main prospect of that video, and I'll probably have a Choice Band or a Life Orb or something like that. It'll probably be the same moveset, except instead of having Stealth Rocks, I'll have Sucker Punch instead. But for this one, I mainly just wanted to set up rocks, live a while, even though it has terrible defense stat, base 50, but set up, live a while, outspeed everything. This thing's faster than Starmie, and yeah, cause a little bit of havoc, you know? It's kind of like one of those fodder Pokemon that does a little bit of damage and softens up a bunch of strong targets, so that's what Dugtrio's here for. Now the Scizor I covered in my second ever like PokeMMO video, and man, that video was trash. So let's go over Scizor in a little bit of a better light. Now there are essentially two trains of thought with Scizor. Either you run the Sword Stand set that has either Life Orb or really anything else you want to put on it, Expert Belt, I've seen Leftovers, I've even seen Slackberry on Sword Stand Scizors and Rocky Helmet and all that. Anything you really want, it's fine, but Technician is definitely the ability that you want to go with. The reason for that is that every base 60 move is now base 90. Every base 40 move is now base 60. So Bullet Punch is a base 60 move that also gets boosted from Stab on its Steel typing. That also gets a 50% boost, excuse me, from Choice Band. And it's just absolutely incredible. You can Bullet Punch soft targets that are resistant to Steel type moves, and they still take massive damage. Hydreigon's probably going to take 30 to 40% from a Bullet Punch, and you know, you match that up with any amount of hazards, any amount of prior damage, and Scizor can just take out a Hydreigon, that new flamethrower, and it won't matter. So yeah, then we've got Bug Bite here. Now Bug Bite, again, now it's base 90. It's also boosted by its Stab, also boosted by Choice Band, and Adamant Nature with a base 130 attack, which is actually higher than Gyarados', and this thing is putting in work with an Adamant Nature. Next up, we've got Hydreigon, also not a sleeper pick. Scizor is one of the most popular Pokemon, I should say, on the PokeMMO meta, and so is Hydreigon, and that's because they're good Pokemon. Now, Hydreigon has a little bit of history with it. In the beginning, Hydreigon was actually banned from using Nasty Plot, at least as far as I can remember, because it was the same thing with Garchomp, where they're like, yeah, Nasty Plot plus Draco Meteor is just way too strong. I even think they nerfed Draco Meteor in a PokeMMO. I know they've nerfed Dragon Pulse down to 85 base power, I think. Crazy stuff. But yeah, they nerfed it by getting rid of Nasty Plot, and I didn't really agree with it, because I think I thought at the time, back in the day, that they should have gotten rid of Dragon Pulse, or not Dragon Pulse, Draco Meteor for Hydreigon, because that was the move that was causing problems, not necessarily Nasty Plot. When Nasty Plot could benefit, say, Dark Pulse, or Flamethrower, or Thunderbolt, or Surf, right? And now they've remedied that, and I could not be happier about it. They've made it so that Hydreigon doesn't get Draco Meteor, however it can still learn Nasty Plot and use Nasty Plot in a competitive format. And so yeah, that's why I'm using Hydreigon. However, I'm actually not using the Nasty Plot set. I'm using the set that people turned to when Nasty Plot was banned, and that's just throwing Choice Specs on it. That's a 50% boost to power, and so Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse, and Flamethrower are all going to do much more damage. And plus, with a base 125 special attack stat and a speed stat of 98, you really can't go wrong with a Hydreigon, you know? Just make sure it's fast, and that's all you really have to do. Still won't outspeed Garchomp. I think it outspeeds Haxorus by 1 point. I think I remember saying that in my Haxorus video. But yeah, with Levitate, complete immunity to ground type moves, and it's just amazing. And then of course we've got U-turn here, not for damage, just to get out of there, right? And then we've got Cofagrigus, and Cofagrigus is probably my favorite Pokemon that's on this team. Egregious is amazing. Not in the sense of it getting kills, but in the sense of it being a great support mon. You can throw this thing out and it'll wall anything that hits for physical attacks because it has a base of 145 in defense. And I'm trying not to laugh while I say that because it's just ridiculous. It still has a base 105 in special defense. Its HP is also no slouch because it can go up to 320 with a base 58. So just saying, it's pretty dang good. The only thing this Pokemon lacks from being like an Ubermon, probably bordering on being banned, is the fact that A, its HP is actually kind of low, pretty low, lower than Gyarados and all of that, but I can see why. And 2, it has no recovery moves. It can't use Recover, can't use Moonlight, can't use Wish or any of that, and it shouldn't be able to because that would be busted, right? However, the physical attacker does hit you. Congratulations, they've just lost their ability. So if they had something like Tough Claws, or is that even in this generation? Probably not. But if they have something of that sort, like Mold Breaker, then they hit you, they have Mummy, you can switch into Hydreigon, and now that Earthquake isn't going to hit Hydreigon because their Mold Breaker ability is gone, which is amazing. So I'm sitting in front of a threat, I throw out Toxic Spikes because it can't hurt me, they switch out because they realize they can't hurt me, and then I throw out Hex, and then they take damage, and then they take damage, and then they switch, and then they take damage, and they're poisoned, and that's how that goes. If they try to set up in front of me, then I just haze them, and then eventually when my health does get low, I can use Pain Split, and bam, all of a sudden my HP's back and their fresh Pokemon is now injured. And that is why I think Egregious is my third sleeper pick, and I think that more people should use Egregious. Tons of people do, but even more people should use Egregious because this Pokemon is absolutely insane. If you don't have a counter to it, you just don't have a counter to it. That's how that works. You have to poison Egregious. That's typically how I handle it. Poison it, switch on out, and then just play the stall game. And it's not fun for anyone, but any Pokemon that can force you down that path is a Pokemon that is good in my book, right? So on to the team type calculator, on to the team overview, right? Here you can see that we have a resistance to everything except flying types, and that's kind of why I gave Dugtrio Stealth Rocks, is kind of to check flying types from switching in, you know, as they wish. And hopefully that plays out, but really we don't have a weakness to flying types either, because as you can see, even up to Gen 8, this team has an outstanding rating. Now I wouldn't take this to Gen 8 because Gen 8 has some crazy Pokemon with some crazy stuff added on, but in terms of Gen 5, this team will do just fine. If you want to make Dugtrio more of a, you know, attacking Pokemon, you can do that too, and I think that it will work absolutely perfectly as a hyper offense. But yeah, overall outstanding rating, and that's about it for that. If you want to use this team for yourself, then I have the Pokepast here. You can take a screenshot of this video, you can pause it now. Make sure you share rather this video with your friends and ask them, you know, what they think about this team. But without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Ooh, all right, we got one, first try. Please excuse me turning off my phone. This team is terrifying. This seems like a phasing team with a, not a Skarm Bliss core, but a Skarm Chansey core, and it is most definitely Trick Room with Reuniclus and Jellicent in the back and Conkeldurr to do mad damage. I'd imagine they're actually going to start off with their Trick Room setters here, so I'm going to start off with Hydreigon, but they have a bunch of leads they could make. They could start with Chansey, really Skarmory, Jellicent, Reuniclus, or Hippowdon. I just don't think Conkeldurr will be the one that they start with, as they do start with Hippowdon. Now, Hippowdon is kind of a mess to deal with because essentially I have to U-turn out here because I know this thing knows Ice Fang, right? So I'm going to U-turn out here for some chip damage, and I'm thinking about the best way to do this. I'm thinking that Gyarados coming in, or maybe Egregious coming in and setting up Toxic Spikes might be good. Mainly because even if it does have Crunch, it's not going to be able to really take out Egregious, and it just lost its ability to Mummy. Not to mention, it doesn't have anything to soak up Toxic Spikes, and I would not hazard to guess that this Conkeldurr probably has a Flame Orb. So I'm going to go ahead and set up these Toxic Spikes here. Put him on the ground, see if he still wants to mess around with Egregious. There's no real reason to, because I mean, I've kind of just set up a hard wall. Reuniclus or Jellicent might come out trying to take us out, but that's fine. Here comes Jellicent. And I know for a fact this guy's going for Trick Room here. I'm not even going to allow myself to be dissuaded, because honestly, who runs Shadow Ball on Jellicent? Now this may be a physical, or not physical, special attacking Jellicent, but I'm just gonna go for the Hex here, see what happens as he goes for a switch back into Hippowdon. This is fine, you're poisoned now, so this is gonna be doing mad damage. Wow, that's unfortunate that you're taking this amount of damage for no reason. That said, I am also taking damage, and I have the poison on him, so I don't really have to stay in. Scissor's nice for Reuniclus and Chansey. I think now is the time where I throw in Gyarados. As he throws in Conkeldurr, he's going to get the boost from the poison with Guts, but he's also going to get an attack drop from Gyarados. And here, I don't know if Conkeldurr, I think Conkeldurr does get Stone Edge or something like that, but most people I've seen don't run it. Maybe it doesn't get it, but I'm going to go for a singular Dragon Dance here. Or should I just Waterfall it twice? I'm going to Waterfall it twice, see what happens. Because he may not want to stay in, honestly. In which case, Dragon Dance would have probably been the better choice. Yeah, there we go. Good job, Trey. But Hippowdon's dead. It's mega dead. And that's good. We've taken out Hippowdon with just Cofagrigus sitting there as a wall, poisoning it, and Gyarados coming in at the right time. So that's good. Sandstorm has subsided, so we're not going to be taking any more residual damage from that ever again, unless Skarmory for some reason has Sandstorm. So we'll be fine. He's going to throw in a Reuniclus here. Now, I don't think he'll have Thunderbolt, but on the off chance that he does, I'm going to go ahead and throw in Parvati, and I'm going to U-turn out here as he makes a prospective switch to Skarmory. Although he might throw in Conkeldurr here. Either way, U-turn is the play, because if he switches out into Conkeldurr, I just switch back into Gyarados, and if he does Calm Mind, then he takes U-turn damage, and then I switch into a Pokemon that's slower than him and can hurt him very badly, like Cofagrigus can, because you just set up Trick Room, which is going to work for me now. And if you haven't watched my Trick Room video, link in the description, link up in the top right. Wait until this video is done to watch it, please. Already got to the assignments. But you'll know that Trick Room has many problems with it, and one of those problems is when you have your opponent's Pokemon that's slower than your Pokemon, and that's going to be ripped to Reuniclus. Saucery, I think its nickname was. That's a cool nickname. Skarmory's going to come out. Now, I can't really do much to this Skarmory, but I assume it's going to attempt to poison. Oh, that's a forfeit. That's a dub. Yeah, that's a dub. Nice. Bam. Alright, let's see if we can get one more battle in here. I was going to say I assume that he's going to try and poison me, so I'm just going to switch into Lucario, get him some screen time, but, you know, didn't really work out that way. But let's see if we can hop into another battle real quick. Alright, battle number 2. Hopefully Lucario's better in this one. Not really. Kind of though. Yo, on the real though, I'd imagine that I don't know who he'd start with, honestly. Maybe Staraptor? Perhaps Staraptor. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Lucario, see if I can get some early problems going for this guy, as he's gonna throw in Weavile. Now, here's the thing. I don't think any Pokemon he has wants to switch into this Close Combat that's coming out. As he goes for the Fake Out, little does he know, I have Inner Focus, so that doesn't really matter to me. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out real quick. I think I was supposed to have Steadfast, but I actually forgot to give it an ability pill, which explains why I still have money. But I don't know if you've seen my videos, but like a lot of times you'll watch my videos and you'll be like, yo, why is Trey always broke? That's why Trey's always broke, because I have to breed a Lucario and a Cofagrigus and Hydreigon, which was really expensive actually. Oh no, Inner Focus just stops all of that. Now I know that Staraptor is faster than me, and I also know that I want to get this Intimidate drop on it, as it's about to probably go for a Brave Bird, which I don't think does super effective damage on me anyway, but whatever. It's gonna U-turn out. I don't know about that. I mean, the U-turn out kind of, but like I could have just clicked close combat again and then he would have been in a lot of trouble. Needless to say, Umbreon's going to come in here. I would not hazard to guess that this thing is going to go for foul play or toxic or whatever. I'm just going to throw in Scizor, and if he stays in, he's going to die because he doesn't know I'm choice banded. Most Umbreons will stay in on Scizor, thinking that they can survive a superpower. I do it all the time. Here comes the foul play. Yeah, but now he kind of has to switch. I could go for the superpower here, and I don't think that does anything bad to me, so I'm just going to go for it. I kind of want that chip damage. He's going to go for the Protect, scout out the superpower, but he's in the same situation, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe I should have U-turned first, but either way, he would have wanted to switch because, I mean, it's a Scizor looking at an Umbreon. I don't know why he didn't just switch to begin with, and he's going to throw in Staraptor, which is smart, to get that Intimidate drop. However, this superpower is still going to do quite a bit of damage. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and switch back into my Gyarados because I know for a fact that he can't really do anything to hurt me with Staraptor. Staraptor's ace in the hole is close combat. It's the one thing that we never thought they'd give a flying type Pokemon. They gave it to him, so then yeah, we had to deal with that. But Brave Bird, close combat especially, I hope he goes for close combat here. Honestly, I really do. But Brave Bird, close combat, none of that's really gonna bother Gyarados, as he's gonna throw an Umbreon, try to get the jump on me ahead of time. That's smart. However, one thing you did not take into account is what if I just switch back into Scizor and then we go back to where we were. This is going to take me down to about probably 30% health. So you're going to wish. I'm not going to allow you to wish past that. You know that for a fact. You know for a fact I'm clicking superpower, right? Like, even if you switch into Staraptor, it's dead, and then the wish is just going to go nowhere. I'm not letting that happen. As he stays into Umbreon, I don't think you'll survive this. I really don't. Yeah, you didn't. And if you switch, do you get that wish? I could have sworn that if a Pokemon died... No, I think if a Pokemon dies on that turn, they don't get the wish. Staraptor's probably going to get it. Let's see. Oh, it did not. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm clicking superpower anyway. Because, I mean, even if you take out Parvati, even if you take out Scizor, Insect Queen, by the way, I don't really care because I have a whole Lucario here who the video is supposed to be after. And that's exactly what I wanted here. So, Life Orb damage. I'm going to throw out Lucario, and Lucario's going to get its second kill with this extreme speed right now. So yeah, what's your move? I'd imagine Scizor would be the move here. That's what I'd do. Because Staraptor, with fast Pokemon, as long as they even have a sliver of health, thanks for the crit, really mattered. As long as fast Pokemon even have a sliver of health, it's fine. It's when they lose that sliver of health that things start going wrong. Gastrodon's going to come out. I know that it's probably going for the Earth Power here. I also know that it probably has Water Absorb. How am I going to deal with this? Cofagrigus would be nice. Tsunami isn't really needed for anything anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and throw out Gyarados here and see what I can do. Also, I got to put some nicknames on this Pokemon. Earth Power is going to come out. It's not going to do anything as I click Dragon Dance. The reason I'm clicking Dragon Dance here is because I don't think Ice Beam is going to kill me. If it freezes me, that'll be unfortunate. But I want my attack to be up so that my Ice Fangs will start hitting different. You're going to go for the Toxic. That's fine. And here, I'm going to go for the Ice Fang. If he stays in, thinking that I'll go for Waterfall, thinking that he has, what's it called, Storm Drain, he's going to take a lot of damage here for no reason. That did nothing. You are full defense. Okay, I got you. I got you. So, new plan. We're just going to keep Ice Fanging this. Actually, no. You have Recover, don't you? Oh, you have Recover. That's going to be annoying. Well, I don't want to be annoyed, so I'm going to go ahead and throw out Cofagrigus here. I won't expect him to go for another Toxic here. Yeah, he's going for Recover. Figured. So this Gastrodon's a huge hitch in my plans. What I need to do is I need it to go for Toxic on Lucario here. I need to hit it with a close combat. eat the earth power, just take it. And then, or I could sword stance right now, but I'm going for the close combat because I'd imagine it's gonna earth power. Yeah, I need that damage like right now. And even then, that may not be enough. Scald? That's insane. Don't burn. Oh, it killed me. That's fine. That's fine. I just need to be able to take you out. Now, what do you have again? Flamethrower, Dragon Pulse. Will Dragon Pulse take you out? 85, 80. What's your special attack? Special attack is 174. Your attack is way boosted because of Life Orb. 161. So theoretically, Hydreigon should have the best chance of taking you out. Because your attack is worse than Lucario's naturally, right? 143, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw in Hydreigon here. Give you a little bit of time to shine. And we're going to go for the Dragon Pulse because it's our strongest move. And we're going to hope that it takes it out. Because I know it's fully divested into defense. I'm not sure if it has any special defense. Boom, that's good. Hopefully, he sends out Porygon Z. Because I'd imagine an Ice Beam is coming right now. And I also know that Cofagrigus is going to be just fine. Oh wait, it's got that ability that raises its special attack. That's dangerous. Maybe I should have Dragon Pulsed it again. I wish I could cancel after selecting like in a Pokemon Showdown. Because really and truthfully, I get that they're going for like a vanilla feel in the game, so like once you pick a move, you've picked it. But like honestly, there's no reason why you can't cancel as many times as you want while your opponent's deciding. Like I think that's something that should just be in. Comes the Ice Beam, that's gonna do quite a bit. Yeah, Frozen. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I was hoping to at least get a Pain Split off, but that with the special attack boost is just dangerous. So now I've got to throw everything I've got at this thing, and Hydreigon has to be the last one alive so I can kill Scizor easily. So right now, Tsunami's going to come out. I think you're actually slower than Porygon Z. Earthquake's going to do the most damage, because even with a 20% boost, that doesn't do as much. We're going to go for the Earthquake here. Could have gone for the flinch chance, but I just want to cause pain right now. I know that Gyarados is going to die to a Thunderbolt. I just don't know if Porygon Z's faster. And really that's how it's gonna go. Porygon Z is gonna take out Gyarados, Porygon Z is gonna take out Dugtrio, and then Hydreigon's gonna get the finisher here. That's my plan. And then Hydreigon is also gonna finish Scizor because it's got Flamethrower, and I've got Choice Spec, so I need to lock in the Flamethrower. So we're gonna go ahead and go for an Earthquake here. And I'm faster than you, so even if you use Recover, you're going to die, because Dugtrio's faster than Gyarados, so Dugtrio's faster than Porygon Z. And I don't think you're Choice Scarfed. If you were, you would have outsped there. You did not, so we're gonna go ahead and hit this Life Orb real quick, and then we're gonna Earthquake Scizor to get chip damage, and if we don't die, we're going for Reversal next turn. Nice. Everything's just going to plan right now. I'm pretty happy about it. Usually that doesn't happen when I play this game, as you've seen. I'm going for an Earthquake right now. That's my most damaging move. Plus I get Stab on it, which is pretty nice. But if I barely survive, because I think Dugtrio's defenses are actual trash. Let's check real quick. Base stats. Sword Stance, smart. Kind of. Defense 50, yeah. You really should have just killed me, my guy. Because I don't think a Bullet Punch is going to take out Hydreigon in one hit. I know it's going to take out Dugtrio, but will it take out Hydreigon? That's the question, and I don't think that's a yes, honestly. Let's see. Let's find out. I almost misclicked and lost the whole game. If it does take out my Hydreigon, that's going to be a sad day for me. Flamethrower just took you out. Why didn't you Bullet Punch? Okay, you went for Superpower. That's fine. But, yeah. That's 2 dubs. I get to shoot 2 fireworks. I was hoping I get to do that. But yeah, that's the video. If you guys like this video, then don't forget to leave a like. If you want to see more of its kind, don't forget to subscribe. Share it with a friend that you think might like this video and tell them to subscribe and ring the bell icon too. And without any further ado, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will catch you guys later.